Hey y'all, welcome back to Homestead to Health. My name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to be trying something a little different. I've been having a couple of issues with my camera that I normally use that makes vlogging just, a little challenging for me. And so I'm using my phone today, and hopefully that'll cut down on some of those issues I'm having, and I hope that it's a good experience for you. So, moving forward, look who is out and about. Isn't that awesome? So, if you haven't been watching me for very long, you probably don't know, but my chickens used to free range all the time. That's just how they were out. But because I have all of this, all of my gardening stuff back there, and my big garden over there, I decided that it's probably best if I put my chickens in a really big chicken run, and they were happy-ish, but I didn't like that. And so now they're out and about and everybody's free ranging again. And even though these gardens are still here, obviously, and my chickens are out, they really haven't been messing with them much. Now I did notice that they were getting in there, but they're more concerned about bugs and stuff. And there's not a lot of soft fruit over here. No, actually there's not any soft fruit over here. So they're not really getting into trouble. So keeping that in mind whenever I'm planting things like my next year's garden or my fall garden and stuff, I just don't think that a chicken coop is for me. So, or not a chicken coop, a chicken run. But yeah, let's look around, see what we got today. Oh, and by the way, right now is nap time for my kids. I'm usually inside cross-stitching, embroidering, or whatever I'm doing. But I mowed today, and everything looks really nice back here and in my front yard. I mowed today, and then it just let loose, and I was out here looking like a drowned rat because I was determined to finish up the last like 2 minutes of mowing I had to do with the push mower. But I was inside, and I noticed it started getting dark again on me, and so before I got rained out and I was unable to film this vlog this afternoon, like evening time, I decided to come out here. And where we're going to start is actually with my backyard. This morning, whenever I woke up, I saw this bright yellow hanging out in my backyard, and I ran it over with a lawnmower, of course, because why wouldn't I? But my sunflowers that my little chickie babies pooped out are starting to open up their heads, and one's kind of trying to open up. Look at that. Isn't that precious? Now these back here that are running away from my finger, these buggies, those are called leaf hoppers. And they will munch on the leaves a little bit, do some stuff like that. But they're not really causing me too much of a headache, so I don't mind. Almost. I gotta thank the ladies in charge. Look at these guys. The mama is out, and she has one little baby with her. There he is. And I put a ramp in there to try to help them get out. Keep them all together. So these are my cucumbers back here, and they're doing pretty well. Look at that monster. I gotta get him inside. I didn't grab a basket with me while I was coming out, but that's okay. Look how tall all of this right here is. Now, there's a mama squabble. Mama don't have none of that. Somebody got too close to her chicks. But here's my amaranth right here. Look how tall that is. My marigolds are doing great. And this buckwheat is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? It's so gorgeous to me. Marigolds are so tall. Now, these are just some beans that I haven't pulled from here. They're not doing any harm or any good, really. They're just kind of hanging out. These squash that were in here, all of them have been squash bugged. It's trying to hold on a little bit over here, but I don't think that it's gonna last very long. I am gonna destroy this. I'm not gonna leave it out, because if there's squash larvae, oh, look at that guy. That's a bad guy. Oh, put him down. Whoa. Oh no, something came through and just annihilated this guy. I was gonna do something with him this week, of course. Oh, there he is. There's the culprit. Man, we're finding all of the bad guys today, but he's not a bad guy. He's just doing his job because he wants to be a good guy when he grows up and pollinate my stuff. go somewhere else. But here's my cabbage, obviously on its last leg. I should have planted them earlier in the year, but you live and you learn. There's another cabbage still looking pretty great. Now this one might just be my winner. Look how beautiful this cabbage is. Again, some kind of useless beans. Not useless, I will turn them back down. I'm still doing a lot of planning with this garden bed. I came through here last week and I planted Lima beans in here hoping that they would do well, and they just haven't. I'm not having any luck with this bed this year, and I think what it boils down to is soil health. And I will probably say that to every problem I ever have is, well, the soil's probably just not as it could be. But it's just because soil health is so important. And so my plan is, whenever I'm done doing whatever I am doing over here, and I've got my chicken-friendly plants that I don't mind putting in here, I'm gonna put a lot of rabbit poop in here. It's my go-to golden fertilizer that I swear by. I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna put some rabbit poop in here as a treatment to these beds. So the bed back here with the buckwheat and the marigold, it seems to be doing really well. This bed, not so much, but I did put quite a bit more fertilizer in that bed this year than this one. So that's why I'm pretty steadily leaning towards soil health. This is my Dutch yellow cucumber plant, and whereas I have little babies poking up, you see that one in the middle? I still don't have any big yellow cucumbers. My daikon radishes are doing me a favor by putting off some seeds so that I can try again in the fall. And so that is that. And then here is my big old squash bed. Well, I guess I should rename it my basket gourd bed, because that's basically the biggest monster I've ever seen. Look at that guy. Goes all the way over there. I mean, it is quite a few plants, but they're way over here still searching. They have the most beautiful flowers. They're not one to open up right now because it's too hot during the day, but beautiful flowers. This is my squash bed, and my melon bed, and my cantaloupe bed, and my gourd bed. And I have learned this season all about squash bugs. And I'll probably be putting out a video soon about squash bugs. But I have learned all that I can so that I can regurgitate that information to you so that you don't have to waste your time doing all this research and stuff. But yes, I've committed myself to learning more and more about squash bugs. I still don't have anything impressive though. I mean, the leaves look nice and full, like I'm really doing something over here, but I've only been able to harvest 2 squash total out of this bed. And honestly, I haven't really seen much else. There is this guy, and this is gonna be, I think, a butternut squash. Take that off so it doesn't rot. I'm not sure entirely because I overplanted over here on purpose, entirely on purpose. And so I'm not really sure what things are until they get a little bit more mature. I am pretty sure though that is the Canada crooknut butternut squash, I think is the variety. Otherwise though, I mean, it's like a jungle, and I haven't seen any other new babies. Ooh, I see a baby. I'm trying not to like step on things, but that's not my strong suit. Look at that, look at that. That's so cute. Not seeing anything. Gotta look under all these leaves. I am seeing my first female though. This is my first female gourd, and a bad bug. Come here, bad bug. Come here, you jerk. Alright, I'll get you next time. I am apparently really good at finding bugs today, but it's probably because it's really hot, humid, and rainy, and bugs are like, hey man, I love that stuff. Yeah, let's go check out the other beds before it starts raining, because it's already starting to drizzle a little bit. Now, this is my front garden, and look at that nice mowed yard. Wow, someone really knows how to mow a yard, and she's probably pretty cool and good at dad jokes. Let's look at what we got here. So these mimosa plants are coming up. Be gone with you. I had a money wort here. There it is, a little covered up. As you can see, somebody's been laying here. Somebody's a real butthole because she doesn't want to come here at all. And of course, as soon as I plant a garden over here, or not as soon as I plant it, but as soon as I clean it up and make it nice, dear sweet George is like, thanks for the bed, Mom. I appreciate that. The marigolds I put over here are just gorgeous, aren't they? I'm really happy that my friend offered them to me. Come on, wake up. Oh, there's a buddy. Hi, friend. How's it going? I love zinnias. Zinnias to me are just like the great unifier of the garden. Not only do they bring all of the pollinators out, they're so, I don't know, hardy is the word I want to go for. They're very hardy. They self-seed really easy. They're stunning. They bush out. They take up a lot of space. And like I said, they just bring all of the pollinators in. And like every plant that they're planted with that needs that, like, makes them so happy, which makes me so happy. I'm definitely in a better place than I was last week whenever, honestly, I was looking at all of this. And I was like, oh, my to-do list is so long and so dreary. And I'm so tired. And I am still very tired. My to-do list is still very long. But that love is back. That love, that gentle love that comes with being a gardener, that is back. And I am very much a gardener, and I'm happy to be here. Ugh, except for I keep stepping on plants. Sunflower, I'm sure. I don't know what kind. Planted itself. Beautiful zinnia. I just saw, oh, so here's my chamomile. I did not end up doing anything with it. I wanted to take a suggestion and hang it and dry it. But then I came back out here and I saw that most of it was gone anyway. So I just have to settle for the happiness that I get to witness it grow. Where's that marigold? Look at that. Isn't that stunning? So this bush, or shrub, or whatever it is, has volunteered itself. I don't want anything to do with it. Because that part right there is actually my blackberry growing and spreading its little legs. And I would like more blackberry and less renegade bush. So this is definitely on my to-do list to get rid of. So this bed is the what I call the cottage garden. But it's also my kids' garden. So here in Texas and in my zone, we have a really long growing season. And so July and August, I'll be starting some new seeds, a couple more tomatoes. I don't think any new peppers, but definitely in this garden, I'm going to have quite a few beautiful things that I think my kids would enjoy. Maybe a second round of cucumbers, and then just a couple of here and there's. But let's go to the big garden where the magic happens. Oh yeah. On the outside of the fence, we've got even more green beans. And, uh-oh, something enjoyed a snack. And then here we have more rattlesnake green beans. Now, I thought I might leave these to dry, but I think I'm going to come through anyways because it's almost too late. Yeah, it might almost too late, but let me see. Yeah, it's too late. I should have came through and picked these fresh, but I'm really certain this year that I want to have more dry beans than anything. And so whereas I should have picked a couple of these fresh, and I might come through and find a couple of young ones. Like these are good to go. I can come through and get these. I think I'm gonna let the rain finish up though before I harvest anything else, just so that, you know, it's finished. Listen, guy, the lawnmower will get you, and then I won't get you. You need to go back. Look at those lemon cukes. Just getting fatter and fatter, just waiting for me. These are doing really well. So I tried a lemon cuke for the first time last week, and they were delicious. I'll have to try it again and vlog it while I do, so that it's fresh on my tongue and on my mind, so that I can tell y'all what it tastes like. But these are something I'm really excited for. Now these are jelly melons, and I don't have any yet, whereas these are filling up full of lemon cukes. I still just don't have any jelly melons. Did you see that little yellow butterfly? Well, weed, you're doing a good job, but not as good as these morning glories. Well, shoot. Look at this nasturtium and that nasturtium. And also these poor little peppers that are no bigger than the weeds. I keep saying I'm gonna come out here and fertilize this edge of the garden, but you know, some things just kind of get away from me. However, I mentioned in my last vlog that I will be making a new schedule that's gonna help me stay on top of a couple of things, like the things I have to do inside and outside. And I am pegging that down, so here very shortly I will feel less scattered and more intentional with what I do, and so I don't think that things like that will slip through the cracks for me anymore, hopefully. Look at this jigsaw plant. Isn't that amazing? Little peppers, little purple variegation. I got some cow peas growing in the background. Hey, what are you, guy? A Santa Fe Grande. Well, that looks good. And that one. And this guy right here has a really long name. I'll post it here for you. But I can't say that very well, and so I've been calling this a star pepper. Now behind me, I have this very healthy plant right here. I'm actually thinking this is a mustard. I thought this was a bok choy from like down here, but you can see that this is really different looking than this plant. And right next door, which has started growing flowers, I planted some purple mustard. So this might be some purple mustard. My dill, however, is just completely winning right now. Look at how beautiful that is. Gorgeous. Chrysanthemums are open and alive. And these zinnias, as soon as you walk into the garden, there's my gate, and you come over here. These beautiful zinnias are waiting for me. Very much love that I put these here. Humphrey! Humphrey, are you in there, buddy? He's still happy. Come here, Humphrey. Get out of there. Oh, hold on. There he is. I had to pull him out of there. Basil's getting huge. I normally come through here and take some of these off, but here's the thing. I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to stop doing this as much. Just because I don't really find that the flavor changes in a negative way, and so I don't mind it. And also I want to be able to save seed later, so I'm just going to save that. Now this is my tatsoi, and it looks like I planted them too close, which is probably true, but there's the center of it, and it spreads out like this. Now this one is ready for me to come start harvesting from. I actually don't really care for spinach. I don't mind the flavor of spinach, but I don't like the grittiness, and it's weird, but like I can feel it on my teeth. It's just a weird texture for me, and so I don't really care for spinach. And so tatsoi here, it has the same bitterness of like a cucumber peel or something. It's a really nice, pleasant bitterness, and I love it way more than spinach. I like the consistency, the texture, and the flavor. And so if you are not a spinach person, you might be a tatsoi person. This tomato has been completely ungoverned and is laying on its side. However, the extra shade has been really helpful to my honeywort that was dying. You can see its death at the bottom. Come on. It was dying because it was just getting too much sunlight, and it was just, you know, perishing. But right next door, holy mamma jamma, I'm really upset that I didn't bring a basket with me. Look at that eggplant. It's bigger than my hand. But I will be taking this. This is a real black eggplant from Baker Creek, and I can't wait to try it. Would you look at that? How funky weird is that? That's gonna be cool. Wow. So most of my peppers are actually doing really, really well. But I do want to point out something. This leaf right here is the very last of my okra. I've had a wild baby rabbit in here, and I wanted to come through here and put some orange oil on my okra to deter the baby rabbit. And I know for sure it's a baby rabbit because not only have I seen his pellets, but whenever I was mowing, he ran out from underneath this like old van back here, and so I actually saw him. It's so funny to me though, because he didn't want anything else but the okra. I'm happy he didn't want anything else but the okra. But yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna have much of an okra harvest this year. I thought about just replanting it, so that I could try to harvest it along with my fall harvest, but I just don't know if that's going to be enough time for them. They've seemed to be pretty slow this year for some reason, so I don't know. What do you think? People who have grown okra, what do you think? But man, I'm so happy today. It's sunny now, but I'm so happy. Gorgeous. I don't know when this is ready either. I think it's supposed to turn a certain color. This is a Sugar Rush peach. I really don't know. Now this guy down here is almost completely turned his colors to be a lilac bell pepper, and he's looking mighty fine. He's even got new little siblings growing, but not yet. Not yet your time, grasshopper. Now I did come through and harvest much of this buttercup squash. There's one back there still, and another one in that corner. But these look like they're kind of pittering out on me. This one's growing this way to go do whatever it wants to do. But I'm thinking I might replant here for a second wave of that harvest, because I really enjoyed that squash. And my beans are also ready to be replanted because they're kind of kicking their way out too. Got some jalapenos here that are about ready. Now this right here, this random plant, this is a loofah gourd or an Okinawa bitter melon. I'm not really sure which, but they're finally starting to show up. They kind of take a long time. Guys, I have the best announcement ever. My tomatoes are starting to ripen. Look at that color change. Look how sweet. I actually have enjoyed a few tomatoes that came from the garden, as well as some ground cherries and things like that. And boy, they're amazing. They're great. And I thought I was gonna have like a taste on camera, where I would come out here and I would find my ripe tomato and I would pluck it and taste it for the camera to see. But God's honest truth, I could not wait that long to go inside and get my camera. I had to try it right then and there. But I'm seeing a lot of color change. A lot of my tomatoes are changing colors. I'm sorry, my arms are getting tangled. Ooh, look. See, right here I have some yellow gooseberries, or maybe these are golden nuggets, I'm not really sure, but these are ready, so we're not too late. Juicy. I have to figure out which one that is, because I have to grow it every year for the rest of my life. That is hands down the perfect tomato, because it's the perfect snacking size. You pick it, it's so sweet and so good. I love it. I don't think any of them are gonna make it in the house though. You know, coming up this way, this actually kind of looks a little bit like a mess. I wanted to see what would happen if I didn't govern tomatoes, but apparently they just get in your way. So I might rethink that, come through and clean that up. Now look at this Marigold Collection right here. Just for reference. Look how big that is. Woof. Look at this. It's huge. Foot for reference. My Orangelo melons that I planted here are actually doing much better than the ones planted over in the squash bed. Now this is one solitary plant, and it is grown from here to there and stretching out, and I'm gonna let it happen. I very much support my plants as if they're individuals, and I try to give them individual care and love. And so if my Orangelo melon wants to grow in a wonky weird way that I have to step over whenever I'm doing maintenance, so be it. My yellow squash over here is actually doing better than the ones over in the other bed too. And look, it's got two little babies waiting on me. And as you can remember, like I just said, over in that other garden, look at that butthole right there. So that's a squash bug if you've never seen one. This is a squash bug, and it is a giant jerk. He is definitely very much not welcome here. I'm usually pretty good about like working in junction with nature and kind of just understanding that nature will happen, and there's just not a whole lot you can do to control the world. That being said though, if I see a squash bug, I'm wrecking you, buddy. So what's behind me here in this tangled up mess is actually my Chrysanthema melons, and They're doing pretty well as well. I have to recommend them if you're looking for something that is prolific and grows really fast. That's this melon. Some big boys. Now this one looks like it might be close to being ready. Yeah, so I'll have to come back out later whenever I'm harvesting all the other stuff I found and get that. Now these cardoons are looking pretty great, but still pretty small. So I'm gonna give those some time. This Malabar Spinach. Oh, what in the holy heckin' heck? That must be that Tigger melon I've heard so much about. Nice of you to show up. That's fun. Malabar Spinach is taken up. It's starting to have little bitty sprouts there. I don't know what that is. Oh, I just saw something too. I just saw this from the other side. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It could be a banana melon. I'm not sure. It grew over here and I grew Tigger melon, collective farm woman melon, and then I forgot what that could be. But we'll figure it out, I guess. Look at that rabbit poop, man. That guy's gonna be the end of me. I'm gonna come out here like, what was that guy that hunted Bugs Bunny? Elmer Fudd? I'm gonna come out here like Elmer Fudd, hunt me a wabbit. See, this is the damage he does. But look at those awesome peanuts. And then, I didn't point it out, but all that right there is sweet potato. And it is doing amazing. Now look at this. A lazy zinnia laid over to lie amongst the peppers. Whatever this is just going. And the Hungarian black. Oh wait, that's my mystery pepper, that's right. What do y'all think this is? Weigh in. What do you think this is, this mystery pepper? It's a pepper. I'm aware it's a pepper. I just don't know what kind. Now, my cherry red sunflowers, they also look like they're about to pet off some heads. Oh, and multiple heads? I don't think I've ever seen that. That's cool. And then these are my jicama seeds, and they look like they're getting rabbit-fied. All right, I take it back. I am doing citrus oil. Except for I'm that person that's like, I want to do citrus oil, but I can't do it tonight because it might rain, and then what's the point? But this bunny and I, we're gonna box. Whoa, look at this giant buddy right here. So this has to be another yellow squash. Oh my gosh. It is so big, I expected more. Oh wait, no, it's a scallop. Huh, I don't remember planting a scallop. Oh well. Now look at this stalk of corn. Now he's got his pollinators out, his fertilizers, and so I got a couple of ears of corn, looking great. This one's jutting off. Now this is 3 different types of corn. I've got sweet corn in the back, Dakota Country Gentleman or something like that in the front, in the middle, and then here I've got a purple striped corn. So probably not good enough to save seed from just because they're planted so densely, but I planted them close together because I heard that that's the best way to get an actual harvest of corn, is to grow them in blocks. All right, so to truly appreciate the magnificence of this next plant, I have to turn it around on selfie mode. Look how much taller those plants are than I am. That's nuts. They're also about to start opening their heads up, and these are called Titan sunflowers. That one's way up there. I can't even reach the top of it. And these guys back here, these are all my pineapple tomatillos. And look, my huckleberry bush has sawed off little berries. That's awesome. And I have been getting these guys, right? And they taste very different. And my sister actually helped me peg down what they taste like. They taste exactly like tomatoes, like your Swedish cherry tomato. So like that odd savory sweet, but then just amplify that sweetness. So it's like a very different savory sweet taste. But that's exactly what it tastes like. And it's really good. I could definitely see adding more sweetener to this and it becoming a really awesome, very rich jelly or something like that. That might be in my list of things to make later. Also, if you don't eat it ripe enough, it can kind of taste like puppy's breath, which I know someone out there knows what that smells like, and that's what it tastes like. But here, this one has fallen off the ground, so it is nice and golden colored. Look at that. And so all of its sugars have developed no sign of puppy breath taste at all. It's really good. Alright, I'll see you in 10 minutes while I'm busy over here snacking. I'm worse than the rabbit. Lemon balm acting cool. So all of these look really bad, but it's so simple just to take them up. See, they're not really much of anything as far as weeds go. I just have to come in here whenever I find the time to weed them. Are you trying to get away from me? You sure are. Found you anyway. Oh yeah. This is Aunt Molly's ground cherry. And it's got a slightly different flavor than the pineapple tomatillos. I feel like the pineapple tomatillos are a little sweeter. Now this one isn't as ripe as it could be, and so I worry about that puppy's breath. But it doesn't have the puppy's breath thing to it. That's indicative of the pineapple tomatillos. The Aunt Molly's ground cherry is just really sweet. I don't think it goes through that puppy breath phase of being unripe. At this point in the season, it's so fun to come out here and just kind of like be in the garden, be in its presence. And also it's so wild to me just because of the way my schedule, and especially this past week with my oldest daughter, she had a dance recital and it was pretty hectic, but in the best way possible. And just like family, us tearing up the bathroom floor, we just had a lot on our plates. And so there was a couple of days where it would be 2 or 3 days before I could come back out to the garden. And whereas that blew because I wasn't being able to spend time in my happy place, it was also extremely awesome because every time I come back, something is completely different, very wowing, just great stuff. This is really exciting stuff to me. And so I hope it's really exciting things to you as well. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this. My girls are probably up by now and it really feels like it's about to start raining any minute. I'm gonna head inside. Guys, if y'all enjoyed this video, if you like the way that it turned out on my phone, please let me know below in the comments. Also, give this video a like and share it with your friends as it really supports me and my channel. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you later.